Welcome to my channel. I'm Silent Entity, and I hope you enjoy my content. Please like, share, and subscribe. I promise you won't regret it. Number 1. I'm a slender woman, and I worked at a restaurant at the time. I remember the day vividly. I normally ride my bike to work, but it had been damaged a week prior to this event, which left me no choice but to walk. I got to work without incident and had a pleasant day for the most part. However, I ended up working some overtime and didn't manage to finish until around midnight. I left my job, and as I was walking I noticed footsteps behind me. This wouldn't normally be a problem, but at this time of night, we were the only people on the street. I became a little nervous, but I didn't want to panic yet. As I continued to walk, the footsteps sounded like they were getting closer and closer. I then turned around and there was a chubby middle-aged man right behind me. He was unkempt and smelled like alcohol. Before I could say anything, he pushed me to the ground and tried to get on top of me. I screamed and he tried to cover my mouth. I bit his hand and he screamed in pain. A car drove by and he got up and ran away and I did the same. I never saw him again, and now I never work until midnight. Number 2. I'm a 26-year-old woman, and I work for an insurance company. My job, for the most part, consisted of me handing out questionnaires to people passing by and talking to them to see if they would like to purchase our insurance. I noticed one day that a man was sitting across the street from where I hand out the questionnaires at a cafe. He stared at me the whole time I was outside, which was 3 hours. He began to show up every time I was handing out questionnaires. I began to feel uneasy about this. I wasn't sure if he used to go to the cafe before I noticed him. This behavior went on for weeks and I was hoping that he would stop, but one day he took it a bit further. I went to a restaurant with a few of my co-workers after work, and as we were talking and drinking, my stalker comes in. He just sits there staring at me. I told my co-workers that we should probably head somewhere else, and they obliged. The next day as I'm handing out questionnaires, he approaches me. My heart started pounding. He asked me to hand him one, so I did. He began to write on it and it read, "You will be mine." I couldn't take it anymore. I didn't want to see him again. So I quit and never returned to the area. Number 3. I guess a little backstory. I was visiting my boyfriend and spending the night when this happened. We had been watching a marathon of scary movies, and his entire house except for his room and the kitchen was pitch black. We both had to go to the bathroom, but I had a really bad feeling and generally felt uncomfortable being alone, so I asked him to wait in the hallway for me. I did my business and waited for him. As I was standing there, I felt this strong sense of unease, like I was being watched. I turned my head, against my better judgment, and there was a black figure standing outside the window of his living room. Just standing there, staring. I couldn't look away. I was terrified. I was hoping that maybe I was just seeing things. But it continued to stare. When he got out of the bathroom, I rushed back to his room. And he had seen it too. I didn't go back to check and spent the rest of the night scared it was going to get in. So creepy person standing outside the window, let's not meet again.